audio.
Check 1, 2, test 1, 2.
Testing, testing. Hello and welcome to the Macomb Fieldhouse on the campus of Penn West Edinboro. And you are joining us for the women's basketball matchup of your California Vulcans versus the Fighting Scots of Edinboro. Rounding out the Penn West trifecta on this week, I'm Addie Man, joined alongside Mr. Jonathan Sakaguchi. How you feeling here, Johnny?
Oh, not too bad. A little bit on the chilly side.
Oh, it's cold.
I got my Timmy's coffee this morning and walked in and was piping hot when I got in the car. By the time I got in here, it was almost a nice coffee. But other than that, well, not too bad, as I'm looking forward to this matchup, and it's quite a big one here as California continuing their winning streak here on a bit of a roll here. 4-game winning streak for the Vulcans coming in today at 14-7. Big win over Clarion to keep pace with Edinboro, as IUP and along with Mercyhurst sliding down on the rankings a little bit. So this one has some big playoff factors as we're winding down the stretch. Edinboro on a 2-game. Also picked up a big win the other day on Wednesday in that matchup. But we'll talk about the standings here in a moment. So we'll take a look at the starting lineup. Starting for the Fighting Scots of Edinboro, Aluzia Lauren Mullen and Bella Borelli, Morgan and Gentile and Haley Sims. For your California Vulcans, it's the usual suspects over there. Sierra Lloyd, Hallie Harrington, Jordan Smith, Alicia Harris, and Raja Fink to round out that lineup. And I brought it up earlier there, Addie, is that we had a bit of a cluster to start the week. Nonetheless, it was a 14-team tie on Wednesday. Now we're down to 2. California and Edinboro tied with a conference record of 10-5. The Vulcans having the tiebreaker there as they picked up a win over the Fighting Scots earlier this season and back at the Convocation Center. Also, the Vulcans having the better overall record at 14-7. So Cal wins today. They take the sweep from the Fighting Scots. Let's sweep the entire Penn West family.
We're going to get things underway in the Macomb Fieldhouse. Bella Borelli taking the opening tip-off. And then on the Vulcan side, it's Alicia Harris. And we are underway as the Vulcans win the opening tip-off. And Hallie Harrington is going to conduct it. The give and go to Sierra Lloyd now for the opening possession of the ball game here. Lloyd trying to find a lane. Finds Fink inside the paint. Fink trying to use all of her space here. Able to create some room off the bank. Fight for the board. Fighting Scots going to come down with it. Scots now wasting no time back on the other side of the court here, signaling for traffic. Vulcans have really done a great job on defense. One of the reasons why they are ranked second in the PSAC-WEST standings here. Back on that Edinboro side. Miscue on the pass. Smith now trying to fight for the breakaway. Able to break up the pass. Drops it off to Fink. And Fink gets it to go for the opening 2 points.
And we talked about how many turnovers that Vulcan defense forces every time. You saw it right there on the give and go from Smith to Fink.
And now Scots try to come back down the other way. Can't get it to go. Harrington with the board now. Bounce pass to Smith. Miscue on the bounce pass. Harris tries to go in and help her. Jump ball called. And possession will favor the Scots.
Yeah, just a little too strong of a pass there for the Vulcans to get started. But a great 8 possession. And down on that side, to force the rebound into the Vulcans' hands for California.
Still no blood lost for California, leading 2-0, opening minute and a half of the game here back on the Edinboro side of the court, signaling traffic now, trying to create some space against the Vulcan defense. Able to find an open man in the paint. Now wide outside for 3, kicks it out once again, trying to go in for the pull-up jumper. Too short, Harris to come down with it.
The Vulcans making the Fighting Scots play their game. Forcing shots they don't want to take.
And now back on the Vulcan side of the court. Harris has it at the top of the key, trying to do it herself. Trying to look for an open man now, in a bit of a predicament now. Creates some space and able to make something out of nothing.
Wasn't sure that one was going to go in and just threw up a prayer, but got it to work.
We've been seeing them get, I don't want to say lucky because it's definitely more skill than luck on their part, but they have had some fortunate shots go in their favor, as that's going to be a no-good shot from the Fighting Scots.
And I think All's trying to exploit that defense early.
Smith now with the pull-up jumper off the iron, and Scots are going to come down with the board now, taking across the timeline, really trying to keep the pace of play up in this game. That's Harris to break up the pass for the Vulcans. California showing the physicality early as Sierra Lloyd takes it, pull-up jumper from the charity stripe. Off the mark there, fight for it out of bounds, and it will be Fighting Scots ball.
Yeah, just a little too far out of the reach of Raja Fink, and if she pulls that in, the Vulcans probably going up on a 6-0 run then.
Edinboro probably going to slow down the pace on this one. Reina Leseni is taking it back now, drops it off to the outside here, and California really trying to prevent them from getting shots on the board. Fight for it. Harrington able to stay in bounds on the rebound, and now Lloyd's going to take it back the other direction.
Good move by Harrington, and a better move right there by Lloyd.
What about teamwork on that one? Sierra Lloyd finds Alicia Harris wide open in the paint, gets two more, 6-0, all on layups right now. Back on the Fighting Scots part of the court. Gonna reset on offense. Really need to get something cooking here. Have struggled lately to try and get around this Vulcans defense. Now 3 points to get out of the holder and can't get it to go. Do get the board, 3 attempt once again. That one's gonna be short. Smith to come with it for the Vulcans.
And I think honestly, Edinboro might need a timeout.
They're gonna make a substitution when play is stopped as Fink throws it to Harris. Now to Smith, wide open in the corner. Smith with the lip out, and that's going to be Scots to come down with it again. Still wasting no time here. Miscue on the pass right to Harrington. A little bit of a slip on the top of the key here. Lloyd to take it back the other direction. Bounce pass down to Fink. Fink with another easy layup. And now Scots are going to call a timeout.
While we got a second here, let's go take a look now at the tail of the tape. So, as you can see here, the Vulcans leading the team in this matchup up and outscoring their opponents in that one. And by averaging a little over 75 points a game, only giving up close to the 67 points. So on the other side, Edinboro, giving up scoring 67 points per game. However, on the opposite side of things, they're giving up 61 but the Vulcans have already put up 8 here in the first couple of minutes of play. So you got to keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye out for that 3-point shooting for the Vulcans as well, as they put up almost 30% per game. However, the opponents are usually on the higher end of that one with 31%, but you never know that by the way the Vulcans are playing this afternoon.
It has been Vulcan basketball here early in the Macomb Fieldhouse. It will be Edinboro's ball following their timeout. And a number of subs will be coming in for the Fighting Scots.
Yeah, Gillian Fisher checking in, getting her first bit of action in this one, along with Mura Suman.
And going back the other way, wasting no time, are the Fighting Scots trying to really get something going. 8-0 in favor of California now, and trying to find some room in the paint and using the size, and Fighting Scots will get something to go here. That will be Bella Borelli with the jumper. Now Sierra Lloyd going to take it back the other way. Multiple screen sets in the paint here, trying to find some room. Dumps it off to Harrington. Now 14 seconds on the shot clock, just short of the 3 money line. No good, but Harris is there to get the board and put it in.
And that's good awareness by the Vulcans there. Harris saw the shot was short, and still managed to get it at the board.
And that one's going to be blocked by Harris once again. Boy, it's early, but she's having a heck of a game.
That's Harris. I don't know what's gotten into her as of late. Seeing Fink pull up from just behind the 3-point line.
Fink with nothing but net on that one, building onto the Vulcan lead. Edinboro really just trying to push the pressure here, make them play Scots basketball. Harris once again with the tip and going back the other way.
And this is just all Vulcan basketball. This is not the Edinboro team that we saw earlier this year.
And put another one on for Alicia Harris. Oh, and a miscue right away La Husseini misses the cue there, so she's going to reset on the offensive end. 14-2 in favor of California. Kicks it out to the outside now for a three-point attempt, and they can get that one to go.
That'll be the first three made of the day by either side.
Now Lloyd wasting as much time as she can possibly take at this point. Trying to find an open lane herself. Pull-up jumper off the mark there. La Husseini now takes it back the other way for the Fighting Scots on the give and go for three. And sorry, that will be La Husseini who took the three-shotter there. One of the players to watch out for on that Edinboro side.
She was a thorn in the Vulcan side last time these two got together.
Lloyd now to Harrington. Harrington for three. Off the mark there. Harrington with her own board. And it will be a foul called on that one. Waiting for the official call. The referees are going to sit and talk about it. You can hear the Edinboro fans saying it should be on Harrington. And it will be a defensive.
They're going to call the block. I was a little surprised, but Harrington had already given herself up as a shooter.
Yeah.
And I don't think they had their feet set and seeing who the foul's on. That's going to go.
Waiting for the official.
That's going to go on Lauren Mullen for the foul on Harrington, one of the most dangerous shooters when it comes to the charity stripe here for California.
That one's going to lip out right away. Edinboro fans really letting them hear it following that call. First foul of the game from either side, and Harrington can get her second shot to go. Number of subs coming in also for the Scots here. Summon kicks it out to the outside, trying to find some open lane back to Summon now. Vulcan's really been lights out on this defensive end, trying to find an open lane for the two-pointer off the mark there. Fight for the board. Waiting for the official call there.
I think this one's going against Edinboro because as Lloyd hit the deck. That's going to go against Ashton and Boggs.
Boggs just came into the game following that foul on Harrington on the other end of the court as here Lloyd takes it across the timeline here. Lloyd now to Gilliard, another sub that came in. Trying to find some open space, kicks it out to Harrington at the top of the key. Screen set by the Vulcans, able to get him tripped away. Harrington now, extra pass, and it will be a foul in favor of the Fighting Scots. Basket will not count. And it will be a foul on Hallie Harrington.
That one's a little questionable.
Might have been a makeup call.
Yeah, I agree.
La Husseini now kicks it out to the outside by the Vulcan bench here, trying to create some space. Able to get the shot up, and two more for the Fighting Scots.
And Sims the bucket on that one.
Now Lloyd take it back once again, hands it off to Smith. 2:46 left in the opening quarter here. Lloyd has it in the corner. Lloyd trying to find some space in her own triple team, and it goes in the hands of Young. Saved it from going out of bounds. Back to Lloyd. They're going to reset. Only 6 seconds on the shot clock, and Lloyd says, why the heck not? I'm going to throw it up. No good on the basket, and now taking it back on the Fighting Scots way of the court.
Cal needs to slow it down a little bit. They're getting out. Hitting a little handsy and not playing their game. They need to go back to what they were doing in those first 3 minutes.
La Husseini is able to draw the foul against the Vulcans. Can't get the shot off, but will go to the charity stripe. And it will be a foul on Alicia Harris for the Vulcans. First one is good for El Husseini. Second attempt here to cut the Vulcan lead to a one-possession game, and she's able to do it. 12-15 still in favor of California.
The Vulcans need to do something. Edinboro now on a 10-1 run.
Lloyd to take it across the timeline here. Gonna try and kill some clock, singling pace of play. Singling the action there to Smith, back to Lloyd. Lloyd trying to find Young in the paint. The basket will go in. It won't count as a foul was called prior. Taking it back the other way. Sorry, it will be a travel, not a foul on Young. And now it's going to be a three-pointing attempt for the Fighting Scots. No good off the mark. That's going to be Smith to come down with it. And Lloyd to take it back the other way. Lloyd weighing her options here, kicks it to Smith. Smith trying to find a lane of her own right. Smith pulls up from the line, can't get it to go. It's going to be Sims to rebound it for the Fighting Scots. Sims gets the shot off and gets the and one.
I think the Vulcans might need a timeout here, Addie.
It's getting close. I'm not certain what I see. Coach Strom pleading her case to the referee. Doesn't look like she's going to call a timeout. 1:38 left in the opening quarter here. Haley Sims is going to go to the line. The sophomore from Cleveland, Ohio, really made a staple for herself in the last game against Mercyhurst for the Fighting Scots this past Wednesday. If she can drain both of them, it'll be the first lead that Edinboro. Sorry, this is an and one, not a foul shot. She will tie the scoreboard up, 15-15. What a comeback earlier has it been for the Fighting Scots.
And Cal scoreless in the last 3 minutes. They got to come up with something.
Fink now has it. Been quiet as of late. Double team kicks it out to Lloyd. Back to Fink. Fink for three. Off the mark. Fight for the board. Edinboro to come down with it. Able to keep it in play. Trying to find some space. Kicks it out to the outside. Back up top here now. Weighing their options. Sims for three. Fight for it again. Still up there. Still up there. No good. Fight for it. Going up again. And they'll get another and one. You can see the frustration mounting.
And Raja Fink just got called for a technical.
You could see Fink grab the ball and just chucked it at the Edinboro Fighting Scots logo, so that is not what you want to see. A frustrating mountain with the Vulcans coming out so hot early and just stalling out and giving it to the Scots, and that is an uncharacteristic mistake for California.
And you just did what you should not have done, and you brought this Edinboro crowd to life.
That will be a technical foul for Fink. And then Rana Lahusseini will go to the line following that foul, so really a chance to add more onto the Edinboro lead. Gets another one there, now 18-15. The basket was going to be good anyway, but there will, of course, be the technical foul. Looks like they're going to switch shooters. It's looking like there's some confusion on the court.
I think the wrong person was supposed to go to the foul line on that one, and so they might have to wave that off.
Good God. There's some communication down there. I mean, it was supposed to be Lahusseini who made the shot, who had the and one, but I'm not certain who they're looking for otherwise at this point.
Now, Coach Strong pleading for an explanation now. Oh.
Okay. So what happened was there was an and, so we're not going crazy. There was an and one that was supposed to be El Husseini who was supposed to shoot the and one, but then there was also a technical foul. So it was not supposed to be the way that they shot the baskets.
Okay, so
they screwed up the order.
Okay, so that's what, and the point got waved off. And
we were saying the right things. We were saying the right things, but we were just getting them backwards. So the first shot will not count for El Husseini, who made the previous basket. Then the other foul that was called, that one missed. So now it will be 18-15 because El Husseini made the second basket. She has another attempt here because of the technical foul by Fink. I apologize for the confusion. It is incredibly confusing. After all of that chaos, they get 2 more points.
We need to get an official NCAA ruling
that
official to call in with us.
I've been to a lot of basketball games, and I've never been that lost before.
Yeah, that's and that one and hit for 3 now after the minute, and giving Edinboro a 7-point lead. Cal's got to do something here.
Okay.
So,
yeah, but they just did it in the wrong
Addie's
order.
getting a quick explanation. And so Cal's turn it over, or jump ball, possession arrow, favor of the Vulcans.
And it looks like we will have an injured Vulcan down on the court also, so things are just not going well for California. Obviously not something you want to see.
That's Sierra Lloyd down, on the glasses on the floor, or I think she might have caught a bow high.
So just to clarify while we have a second, what happened with the previous technical foul was, so when Fink committed the foul was after the basket, so it was a dead ball. There was originally just confusion of who was going to take the shots, but eventually it got all sorted out. It was mostly just confusion for our own sake of what was going on.
Right.
So it was a dead ball when Fink committed the technical foul, but it was in the end handled properly by the officiating crew.
Hey,
It was just a miscue.
Yeah, complete cluster, or as Lloyd now all sitting up here. So glad to see she's.
And it will be 22-15, 35.6 left. Lloyd able to walk off the court, which is always a great sign. The crowd clapping her on here, trying to show as much support as they possibly can.
We're going to get a substitution here. Hallie Harrington going to check back into the game for California now. All to get of Lloyd the breather and get checked out over at the bench.
Hopefully nothing major there for Lloyd. Will it be Vulcan basketball following the injury?
Now, I hate to say this because I don't like seeing any of our players come out.
And it will be another foul against California. Looks like it will be on Alicia Young. Not what California needs right now.
As I was saying, but it seems to be whenever Lloyd loses her glasses, it seems to get some sort of fire sparked in her and just play. He's like a athlete possessed. So
let's see what's going to happen. Sims holding the ball off back on the Edinboro side of the court. They have 12 seconds on the shot clock. Play clock doesn't exactly wind up with that one. Sims now step backs for three, off the mark, fight for the board. Young to come down with it. And they're going to call another foul here.
And this one's going to go against the Fighting Scots, over the back foul.
Be 6.9 left in this one. So Vulcans do have some time to get a shot off.
I got to hurry.
Harrington to have it, the person you want in this circumstance. Try to find, loses control of it, fight for it on the ground. Triple zeros in the first following that miscue, so California can't get a shot off. And it will be 22-15 in favor of the Edinboro Fighting Scots.
And I think the refs are going to talk about this because I think there might have been a late foul trying to get called. So, while we got a second here, if you're a student watching the broadcast, looking for a place to live off campus, is check out Old Vulcan Village. Fully furnished apartment and it's private bedrooms, and most have their own private bathroom. Schedule a visit today and check out Old Vulcan Village.
Also, our main selling point is hang out with Tom. He's our GA. He lives at Vulcan Village. He loves it. So go hang out with him. Vulcan Village is the place to be. Still a conversation by the referees back on the court here. We're going to look at some PSAC-WEST standings. We've been alluding to it all afternoon here. Big game in terms of standings in the West.
So starting off, Gannon right now has the lead in the conference and sitting up in the top right now. 12-3 overall, 20-3 overall, 12-3 in conference play. They count all in Edinboro tied at 10-5. I talked about that in the open. But the Vulcans 14-7 in overall. Gannon at 13-7. Opponent we'll see here again soon. UPJ at 9.5. At 9-5, IUP, Seton Hill, Mercyhurst, Slippery Rock, and Clarion to round out that schedule.
And we're going to get back underway. Edinboro ball for this opening possession here. Pass will go out, and it will remain Fighting Scots basketball. Sims to inbound it here for the Scots. Sims trying to weigh her options from the line, able to find the open man, blocked right again, and it will still remain Edinboro ball. 19 on the shot clock, so they still have plenty of time to get a shot off. on the second inbounds here by Sims. Kicks it out to the outside. El Husseini trying to find an open man. Kicks it out once again by the Vulcan bench. Wide open in the paint, off the money, and that's going to be Young to come down with it. Harrington now conducting the offense following the injury from Lloyd. Kicks it out to Young, trying to find some space there on her side. Give and go now to Harrington. They're going to reset for a minute. Harrington trying to find a lane. Bounce pass now to Smith. Smith wide open for three. Too wide. Harris trying to get in and save it. And they're going to call and say she was out.
And tried to save it and spike it off of one of the Fighting Scots players, but just stepped right on that line.
It was a close one for Harris. There's not much room going over there anyway. El Husseini now taking it back on the other side for the Scots. Bounce pass to Sims. Sims trying to get away from Harrington. Too strong on that one. Fight for the board. Young's able to keep it. Finds Harrington now. Kicks it out to Smith once again. Couldn't get the shot there with the congested pressure from the Scots defense, so they're going to reset on offense. Young in the corner here. Kicks it out to Harris. To Harrington once again. Now back for three are the Vulcans. Too strong. Fighting for the board. Going to be a jump ball. It will favor California possession.
Another technical foul. Now, what's this one on?
So it's going to be a technical on California here for this one. Must have been some words we could not have heard, is going to be my guess.
I'm sorry, but I think the refs are getting that a little. Just let
it will.
There's a little bit. You're allowed to have a little bit of trash talk, but it's still.
It will be on Gilliard, who just came into this game not too long ago.
Like she's pleading her case, and so is Coach Strong.
This is the most adamant I've ever seen Coach Straub.
Yeah, and she is quite upset over that.
I'm not certain what that was.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but there's a point in time you just need to let the players play the game and put the whistle in your pocket.
El Husseini once again going to the line following the foul, technical foul for California. First one good. Must have been some chirping going on in the court is my hypothesis.
Yeah, but even still, that's one thing. I have no problem with that.
I mean, it's hard for us to tell because we don't know what was said or what exactly drew the technical foul. That's just my hypothesis at this point, so I don't want to assume anything to not be true. Edinboro now in the driver's seat with the pedal down, almost 10 points ahead of the Vulcans. If you watched the first 2 minutes of this, you wouldn't have believed it. Sims at the three line now, trying to find some space. Harrington on the defending end for California. Sims tries to create some space, can't get it to go. They do get the board, and now fight for it back on the side. Try to get the shot off, nothing there. 14 on the shot clock. Sims once again with the extra pass, and it will be a foul called against the Fighting Scots. Still remain on the floor, though, so it won't help in much in terms of the scoreboard. And it will be a foul on Sims.
We're going to get a substitution, and Sierra Lloyd checking back into the game.
That's great to see.
Good to see her back, and I've seen that look before.
She's a fighter. We saw it all last year. Anytime she's come down, she gets right back up.
Yeah, but like I've said, I've seen this look before, so heaven help that defense at Edinboro.
There we go. This might be what the California Vulcans needing. Harrington for three, and that's what the doctor ordered for the Vulcans.
Stopping the bleeding, and that stop opposite is 16-0 run for the 22-5 run in that Edinboro had.
And now that's going to be Edinboro with, they're going to call it travel. The fans wanted the and one. That'll be a travel on Maria Suman, and it will be, again, what the doctor ordered for the Vulcans.
And now California is starting to get some life now.
Need to cut into this Edinboro lead before the half. Lloyd now pull-up jumper, and again she gets it to go. Now within two baskets of the Fighting Scots. And great Scott, I've been waiting to say that all afternoon. And what a ball game we got for you today. Sims has it at the three line, trying to drive into the paint here. Pulls up for two. No good basket. Waiting on the official call. I saw the basket waved off, but there will be a foul.
They're saying and against Gilliard, and it's going to be on the floor. Before she took the shot, it was no good.
Okay. So I'm not going insane.
Oh, no, we're already past that. Yeah. We're past that.
So it will remain 24-20, still in favor of Edinboro. The old rainbow pass now in play here. 7:13 left before the half. Trying to find some open space here. Suman now trying to find a lane of her own right, driving in. They're going to call a foul once again. No good shot anyway from Suman. And it will be on California. And California really needs to watch these fouls. And it will be a shooting foul here. Suman to the line for Edinboro. Suman's first shot is clean and through. Looks like Edinboro will be having some subs coming in to the game as well.
Well, that substitution is going to be for the shooter.
And the second one is good as well. 26-20 now, still a two-possession game.
Yep, so, Borelli's going to check back into the game for Burrow now.
Lloyd back on the court conducting the offense as she crosses the Edinboro. E kicks it out to Smith. Smith trying to find some open space. Trying to maybe do it all herself. Pulls up from just short of the three line. Too strong, and they're going to call it out of bounds there as Gilliard couldn't save it in time.
And Gilliard has to watch that footing. That's twice now she's tried to save it and ended up stepping on the line.
Edinboro now to inbounds it. 26-20, just shy of the 7-minute mark before the half. Edinboro can pretty much do what they want as they're still in the driver's seat on this one, creating some space now for that Vulcans defense. They're going to go for three. Nothing but net for El Husseini. We hinted at it earlier. She is definitely the player to watch in this game for the Scots. And now Harris has it, kicks it off to Harrington. Harrington for three, and she makes it. 29-23 now, following the three-pointer from Harrington. Edinboro wasting no time going back the other way. Miscue on that pass, and that will be out against the Scots.
And the Vulcans just need to keep forcing more of these turnovers. Make them get those long lead passes. They're just out of the reach. You got to make them play your game like you did in the first 2.5 minutes.
They dominated the first 2.5 minutes of this ball game, so that's the kind of California we need to be seeing now late. Extra pass to Smith, and that's what they were doing at the beginning of the game, making those easy money layups and building on them. And now back on the Fighting Scots side of the court here, kicks it out to the outside here, trying to find a lane in the paint, and wide open, and Edinboro will make another easy layup to add. Lloyd across the E as she's conducting offense on this one. Go to Harrington now. Now to Harris. Kicks it out to Smith. They want a three-pointer if they can take it. Smith trying to weigh her options. Kicks it off to the outside to Gilliard, and Gilliard gets one.
Now the Vulcans starting to get that hot hand and cutting into the lead. Now you got it down to a one-possession game here.
This is what California needed. If they can somehow repossess the lead going into the half, that would be huge. Edinboro now with a three-shot on their own. Can't get it to go. Gilliard to rebound it.
A little too strong off of that one.
Now Lloyd to take it back the other direction here, looking to try and do it all herself. Pull up from the charity stripe. No good on that one. Oh, and Lloyd's going to go down hard once again, and they will get a foul call in favor of the Vulcans.
Going to get the charge call as Alicia Young is going to check back into the game, and that's going to lead us to another timeout here.
And also, we want to give a big shout out to the Gilliard family. They watch a bunch of our CUTV feeds, so if they're watching this game, big shout out to all of them.
And we appreciate that one. And for you as well, as we take a look here at the team leaders for the Vulcans, leading the team in scoring and assist is Raja Fink, and then Sierra Lloyd on the assist in minutes per game. As we take a look at the other side of things now, things coming up here for Edinboro. For the Fighting Scots, El Husseini leads the team in scoring pretty much every category: assists, points, rebounds, minutes per game, and steals. Pulls it in that one.
She is definitely, I'm going to keep saying it, she's the player to be watching. She is currently ranked second in scoring average of the PSAC at 19.6.
While we got a second here, take a look at some scores around the PSAC-WEST. Gannon out to a commanding lead over IUP right now, 40-23. Almost at the half. That one.
At IUP.
At IUP, and a close one over at the Rock right now. Oh, the Rock leads Slippery Rock at halftime, 29-25.
Sorry, wait, they lead Seton Hill.
Yeah, Seton Hill,
They
sorry.
lead Seton Hill.
No, I always do that for some reason. And UPJ leads Clarion right now. Oh, and this one, and 47-22. We'll make our trip to the Mountain Cats here in a couple of weeks.
Big win last week by the Vulcans to take down the Mountain Cats of UPJ. Another big game in terms of PSAC-WEST standings, as they were one of the congested teams at the second spot. Harris now in a pickle of her own right, trying to get something to go. Can't get it to go, gets the board of her own, and gets it on the second attempt.
Back to a one-point game for the first time since about halfway through the first.
El Husseini now weighing her options, trying to bleed as much clock as possible. Kicks it out to the outside, and that's going to be Sims have it, trying to find some open space in the paint. Really using her side is Alicia Young on the defensive end. Sims wants the three-pointing attempt, and she's not going to get it as there's still maintained possession, 5 on the shot clock. And our crew is signaling a travel, but it won't be called on the floor, as it's going to be a Vulcan board on this one. Now Lloyd has it in the corner, trying to slow things down a bit. Lloyd kicks it out to the outside here for 3. Off the iron. And a fight for it. It's going to be Edinboro to come down with it again. Tripped up again on the breakaway are the Vulcans. Gilliard, and gets 2 more.
Honestly, I thought they might have called a foul. I think that was El Husseini grabbing a hold of Gilliard's foot.
Suman was looking for a foul call on her own, and she was the Scot that was on the floor, and Suman's going to respond with a 2-pointer of her own right. Now 33-32. We got a ball game for you guys.
Here we go. Oh, another shootout. Oh, normally I'm talking about that on the men's side of things. It's a shootout game, not in the women's gun.
Women's season has been interesting so far, and that's going to be Lloyd now trying to find Young. Foul called. Looks like it's going to be an over the back, I believe. No, it's going to be, again, still on the Fighting Scots. It will be Morgan Gentile called against the foul for the Scots. Still remains on the floor. Some subs coming in also for the Scots. Another foul right off the bat. Lloyd to go back and inbounds this once again. I have deja vu, Jonathan.
Another substitution. But here's the thing. Everybody on the floor is not other than 2 players, non-starter for Edinboro, because starters for both sides are in foul trouble.
Alrighty, 2:40 left. I can't wait. We have our little Schmiskin on the floor. I can't wait to hear the inside scoop from him as he's taking photos. Now Harrington, that's going to be well short of the mark, and they're going to say that Edinboro was out of bounds on the rebound, so a lucky break for California.
Yeah, and that quickly quieted the crowd from Edinboro, who's trying to mock Harrington, and that didn't go too well.
Nope. And that will be no good basket from Smith. Foul called prior to it.
Yeah, Smith just with a little bit of a forearm shiver there.
Go back the other way now. Still, after all of this carnage, 33-32, Edinboro remains. It's been a handsome minute since anyone has scored. Back on the Edinboro side of the court, Sims pulls up for 3. Off the iron, Harrington to come down with it. Lloyd to take it back the other way. 2 minutes and some change left before the half. Lloyd weighing her options here. Tries to find a man in the paint. That's going to be stolen away by Edinboro. California fans are looking for the foul called as Eluseni not trying to do it all herself. She's going to get tripped up. They are able to recover this. No foul will be called, so it will remain. And there will be 17 seconds. And now they're going to say she stepped. They're going to say a foul on Coach Strom, I believe. Technical on Coach Strom.
They're calling a technical on Coach Strom. Oh,
this is heated. This is Penn West at its finest. Johnny is speechless right now.
Yeah, no, that was a bench warning is what they call.
Oh, so it was a warning. They did not officially assign the foul, which is why play has resumed here as Edinboro is going to try and pull up for three. Now another foul.
That's going to be California basketball. Oh, and that's going to be the fifth foul against the Fighting Scots. So I believe we're going to shoot free throws.
If I had $1 for every foul, I could pay for our sheets order.
I don't know. That gets pretty expensive.
So it will be Harris at the line here. Chance to take the lead if she does make both of them. And somehow we are already in the bonus. So I don't know what we're watching at this point. So it will be Harris at the line now for 2 shots following the Edinboro foul. Really a chance to take the lead into the half here. She's able to get the first one. You have Harrington and Sierra Lloyd back on the back end of the court for this one. Harris with their second attempt. No good there. Able to keep it is Young. Another foul call, but that will still be in favor of California.
That's going to send Alicia Young now to the line.
Crucial mistake from Edinboro. Just give up those shots there. I'd rather just see them try and fight for it and just play a clean shot into the hoop on that one. Just hope for a miss. Same setup, Harrington and Lloyd back on the back end of the court. And first foul shot is good.
That'll put Harris at 50% now on the season.
Young with her second attempt. Off the mark on the second one, but California is now 1 shot ahead of the Fighting Scots here. No basket there on that one. Basket was waved off. Some subs coming in. And it will be a foul against Hallie Harrington of California.
That's going to put Edinboro on the bonus now.
It will be Morgan Gentile, if I can speak, at the line for 2 shots. First one is clean. Now we have a tied ball game once again, folks. Second shot here for a Gentile. And she's 2 for 2. One and a half minutes left as Lloyd crosses the Edinboro E. Double screen set there as Lloyd takes it by the bench, trying to find some space, kicks it out to the outside, poor pass, and that's going to be off California. We've seen Lloyd struggle with some of those passes that she just gets a little too fancy for her own footwork. Edinboro now to take it back the other way. It's Lloyd's first turnover of the afternoon. Eluseni trying to find some space. Bounce pass now. Double team coverage by California. Sims kicks it out to Eluseni. Can't leave her wide open like that. That's going to be off the mark. And Lloyd will rebound it. Lloyd, I wouldn't be surprised in waiting for the official call. They're going to call that play dead. Looks like they're going to call a foul. And it will be a foul against Edinboro, against Maria Suman. So Alicia Harris will go to the line. I wasn't fully certain on the contact there, but yeah, obviously there was.
I didn't even see what was going on. I was watching to see what Lloyd was doing.
That was where I was. Boy, we got a game. Harris misses her first attempt. She can drain this shot. It will tie the Fighting Scots once again, as they're going to make some subs following this basket. Or the stoppage play, whatever happens next. Stay tuned. Harris with her second attempt and gets it. Subs coming in now for Edinboro.
The Bebe checking in.
And they're going to heave it on over there. That's the best way I can describe that. 35-35, just under a minute here before the half. That's going to go out of bounds, and it will be California basketball.
They're going to say it's Edinboro
basketball.
It's
basketball.
Edinboro. It looks like it caught Smith on the hand.
Hard to tell from up here as Edinboro is set for the rebound. Bounce pass now. Going to try and kill some clock. Obviously, shot clock and play clock don't match up here, so they do need to get a shot off. Kicks it out to Sims by the Vulcan bench now. Once again, trying to find some space. Going into the paint. Lloyd gets a hand on it. Foul called against Lloyd.
Lloyd once again trying to plead her ace. Another player that wears her heart on her sleeve.
Both teams now in the double bonus following the amount of fouls we've seen here this afternoon. Going to be going to the line here. Maurice Durrett for Edinboro. She gets the first one. 35.7 left before the halftime. And she gets 2 for 2. Lloyd to take it back the other way. About 5 seconds differential from the shot and play clock. Lloyd going to try and bleed as much time off as possible. Lloyd conducting traffic here. Probably going to go for, I don't even know at this point. They're probably going to go for a layup. I wouldn't be surprised if they kick it out for a 3. Lloyd can't get it to drop, but they do get the board. Throw it up once again. Fight for it on the ground. Edinboro to come up with it. Jarrett throws long pass to El Husseini. El Husseini's able to recover it. Kicks it out once again for an extra pass. Can't get it to go. Just, sure, we'll shot put it on over towards the Edinboro bench. So it will be 37-35 in favor of the Edinboro Fighting Scots going into the half here in the Macomb Fieldhouse. Stay tuned. You're watching CUTV Sports 1 on the PSAC Network. Hello and welcome back, folks, to the Macomb Fieldhouse here on the campus of Penn West, Edinboro. I'm Addy Man, joined alongside Jonathan Sakaguchi, and we're going to continue coverage for you now in the second half. So far, it's been Edinboro Fighting Scots all the way, leading the California Vulcans 37-35.
Yeah, but if you look at the halftime stats, it's definitely been a close contest so far. Starting off here, the Vulcans, surprisingly, even though it doesn't show on the scoreboard, are out-shooting the Fighting Scots right now.
Really?
With a 42% in field goal shooting. However, the Fighting Scots, 32% from the field. On the opposite side of things from three-point land, and has been Edinboro's bread and butter so far. 4 of 12. California, 3 of 10. Also, the charity stripe has also been nice to the Vulcans, or to both, who the Fighting Scots, 13 of 14 from the free throw line. California, 4 of 8.
And we're going to look at some PSAC-WEST standings. We've been talking about it pretty much all half. Big game in terms of standings. Right now, these two teams are tied in the second spot. Tiebreaker would go to California, as they already beat the Fighting Scots at home in the Convocation Center. So this is a win and stay where you're at for California, and win and move up for Edinboro. So big game in terms of standings. California would then go to the solo lead there against the Scots.
And you also have to keep in mind, creeping up behind you is UPJ, IUP, and Seton Hill, who you'll see here in the coming days of the second half of the season. And as we take a look here at the out-of-town scoreboard, starting off UPJ running away with this one against Clarion, and 59-25, about 3 minutes into the third quarter over there, or almost done with the third quarter, in a close one. Seton Hill and Slippery Rock going back and forth. The Griffins now lead the Rock 42-41. Gannon just running away with this one halfway through the third quarter, 54-37 in that contest.
Definitely the IUP Gannon game was a game we were talking about as one to watch potentially. Gannon obviously sitting in that one spot in the PSAC West, looking almost unbeatable with their record here. Do have a tough schedule coming up, but right now it looks like the Golden Knights are taking command of the Crimson Hawks in Indiana. And we're back underway, and Edinboro will opening up here as they cross the timeline. Really trying to add on to their lead. Sims has it on the outside here. Sierra Lloyd on the defensive end tries to find some open space, kicks it out. They're playing hot potato from the three-point line here. Sims now debating her option, kicks it out again. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Fight for it. And they're going to call it out on California. And you can see the frustration from Coach Strom.
No, also the entire Vulcan bench and who was on the floor, I don't blame them on that one, and as that should have been a backcourt violation.
Looks like Sims is going to be set to inbounds this one. It's been a lot of fouls in the first half of the game, so they do have to watch out for foul trouble. So not seeing the physicality we saw earlier, as it will stay on Fighting Scots ball here. Now a three-point attempt off the mark. It's going to be Smith to rebound it.
Raja Fink back onto the floor, or haven't seen her since late in the first quarter.
Fink has it in the corner here, trying to weigh her options, kicks it out to Lloyd. Lloyd trying to drive in, double team coverage, throws it back to Fink. Fink wide open for three, and an opening three-point attempt for the California Vulcans.
That's going to give Cal the lead, and that's Raja's sixth three-pointer made this season.
And now back on the Edinboro side of the court here. Two-point attempt, that's going to be well short of the mark. It's going to be blocked again by the Vulcans. That's the long course passes we're used to seeing from Sierra Lloyd. Harris was the intended receiver. Foul called. It will be number 35, Bailey Brinson, called with a personal foul. Will remain on the court for California. Miscue on that one. Pass was intending for Harrington. She tried to go in towards the top of the key. That one went out of bounds.
A little miscommunication there from the Vulcans to start that head off. Can't make that in this tight of a game.
Not with a solo PSAC-WEST spot on the line here. Crucial mistake from Sierra Lloyd as the Scots will take it back the other way. Sims now by the bench, trying to weigh her options, trying to drive into the lane there, off the mark, fight for the board. They're going to say Harris stepped out again. Oh, it will be a foul called prior to her stepping out, so it will be California basketball. And it will be number 11, Boggs, from the Fighting Scots, called it with the foul. Now Lloyd's going to take it past the timeline here. 38, 37, 8:18 left. Bounce pass to Harrington, back to Lloyd. Now to Harris in the paint. Harris tries to throw it up using her size. Off the mark. To me, Burrow to come down with it. El Husseini now taking it back the other way, and that's going to be another miscue on Edinboro, so it will go back to be Vulcan's ball.
And this is unlike Edinboro. Earl was playing roll loose. Now, since they came out here, Earl seemed to tighten things up.
Some substitutions coming here for Burrow, as Lloyd is going to take it. Real tight game in the Macomb Fieldhouse here, 38-37 still. Lloyd to Harris once again, and they're just throwing it all over the place right now. Another miscue as that one tipped Harris and then headed out of bounds, so it will go back the other way for Burrow. El Husseini now kicks it out to Borelli, to Sims now. Lloyd on the defensive end, back to El Husseini, back to Sims. Playing hot potato action there. El Husseini trying to find an opening. The extra pass to Borelli, and she gets it to go.
Good ball movement there by the Fighting Scots to exploit the holes in that Vulcan defense.
Senior from Newcastle, PA, Bella Borelli with that shot for Edinboro, and that's going to be out of bounds there on Fink.
And the Vulcan, and it went off a Fighting Scot player before it went out. Oh, the refs aren't going to hear it.
El Husseini now to take it back the other way for the Scots. Scots now pulling ahead of the Vulcans by 139-38. Borelli in the paint again, and another go one.
Cannot leave her wide open like that.
Just such a massive force in the paint. That's where we've seen them struggle all season. When the opposing team can get a big man in the paint, California has really struggled. Now Sims on the breakaway for Edinboro. Sims with an easy money layup, and that's going to be Haley Sims with two more.
California needs to play their game of basketball. You had them on the ropes there to start the quarter, but now you lazed off a little bit.
Going to call a foul call there. No good shot. Will go in favor of the Scots. And Coach Trump does not love it right now. Will be a foul on Fink once again. Fink really needs to watch it. That's going to be her third foul here. California, really both teams have been in foul trouble since the start of this game. El Husseini now taking it back the other way for the Scots. Trying to find some open space. Gentile now in the corner. Kicks it out back to El Husseini for three. Off the iron. Fink with the rebound. Lloyd now to take it back the other way. Lloyd wanted the three. Gives it off to Fink. Fink with some fancy footwork driving in the paint. Creates some space. Kicks it out to Smith. Smith with three.
Good ball movement, and Raja thought about that extra, taking the shot, but good look on that extra pass.
Now back on the Burrow side of the court here. El Husseini now really trying to get something after it. Pull-up jumper was no good. Lloyd going to take it back the other way. Long pass to Fink, able to keep it in play. Extra pass now. They're going to reset and hand it off to Sierra Lloyd. Finding Fink in the paint. Fink throws it up. Can't get it to drop. Burrow now to take it back the other way. Sims trying to pull up for two. And that's going to lip out. Fink with the board. Lloyd to take it back the other direction. Really pushing the pace now. What we've seen early. And she's going to back off there. Really just trying to reset on the offensive end. Here, Sierra Lloyd. Fink comes in, tries to set the screen. Lloyd throws it up. well past the iron. Harris now with the board. Harris is going to throw it up, and 2 for Alicia Harris.
Here the Fighting Scots fans calling for a travel, but we saw the same play down at the other end of the floor.
Now kicks it off to the outside here. Gentile weighing her options. Kicks it to Borelli. Borelli now back. They're going to reset on their own right. Borelli in the paint. They're trying to throw one of those moves there, but Harris is there. And still with the pressure from Alicia Harris, Belly Borelli is unfazed.
Couple substitutions getting ready to come in for Edinboro.
You see Coach Wheeler really doing a good job of just using that entire bench to her advantage. Harrington now makes some room, pulls up for 3. Too short there. Borelli to come down with the board. El-Husseini now wasting no time, barreling back the other way. Extra pass to the outside. Can't get the space to create the 3. Sims now wide open. And Haley Sims for 3.
And Sarah barking out orders to the offense already, Ian. You can see she's fired up.
It's going to be her 13th now point for this game. Just under the 4-minute mark in the third. That's going to be stolen away by Burrow. Foul called there, and it will be a foul on Fink. Now that's going to be her 4th, so that's going to put the Vulcans in a bit of a predicament.
And we're going to get a timeout on the floor, or Fink's going to go to the bench. Alicia Young's going to check in for California.
Good move by Coach Straub.
And the one.
Oh, my goodness. I looked down for 1 second to write down my foul calls. I'm not certain what I missed. So that's going to be a second technical foul on Fink. So that's going to get her out of this game. Obviously, Coach Wheeler's down there pleading her case for something else, but I don't know what more they can look for in their favor.
That's the Vulcans just can't catch a break here tonight.
So it will be a confirmed technical foul on Fink. So Fink will be eliminated from this game. 48-43, 3:46 left. Referees are still going to be talking about this back on center court.
That's, you see the assistant coach Katie, he out there are pleading her case to the referee, trying to get an explanation for that.
Must have been some words mixed there that the officials weren't caring for. Let's put it that way. It's going to be my bet. They're still talking about it at center court here.
Yeah, and they're going over some stuff here because
you can't make this call without proper information. Let's put it that way. Oh, okay.
So we do have the media timeout. They're going to shoot the foul shots, but I think they're still discussing things here.
Yeah. I agree.
As you can see, the Vulcans not too happy about the answer they got from that. As Ray's just going to take the long walk to the locker room.
So it will be a technical foul now following the media timeout. El-Husseini to go to the line for Burrow. Just really not much going. Ooh, I don't know what happened there, but they're going to call something else here as Fink probably made an unworthy gesture to the crowd, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened.
I don't know if somebody was chirping her. I'm not certain what exactly happened, but the Burrow crowd has really gotten into this game now. El-Husseini now converts on those shots, bringing the lead up to 7. And it will be Burrow basketball following the technical foul.
And it should be noted at the Vulcans, for whatever reason, since 2008, have struggled when they come up here to Burrow.
Not certain what it is about the Penn West schools, but things just get interesting. Sims now with it. Sims trying to create some space. Kicks it off to the outside. That's going to be well off the mark there. Swat at it from Burrow. Can't save it. Will be Vulcans basketball. Really just need to hit the reset button after that. And now some subs will be coming in for Burrow. Crowd making their voices known here in the Macomb Fieldhouse. And now California is set to inbound the ball here as Lloyd is going to cross the timeline. And there we go, 50-43 bounce pass to Harrington, back to Lloyd. Lloyd trying to find Harris in the paint. Really got it going early, and Harris is able to get another one. So now La Husseini is going back the other way. Screen set, kicks it off to the outside here. Back on the Borough side of the court. In a predicament, bounce pass now to El Husseini. Smith tried to get a hand on it. Extra pass there. What a great looking play that was. This crowd really getting the Borough players hyped. 52-45 here. Lloyd, rainbow pass to Harris, and on the mark.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Honest to God, that's what they were doing. We saw that a ton in the beginning of the game, and that's how they came out and dominated the Fighting Scots. I think they just need to keep running that play until, like you said, it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running until it's broke. No good shot there by El Husseini, but foul will go in their favor. And Harrington will be called with the foul, and that will be Harrington's fourth. So she's in a bit of a predicament also in foul trouble. Predicament is my word of the day, Johnny.
Yeah, I was going to say, hey, you've used it a couple of times.
El Husseini now with her first shot, and she gets it to go. Has had some significant practice from the charity stripe here this afternoon. More subs coming in for the Borough side. Second shot here, and the Scots are able to convert. Now Gilliard will be coming in for Harrington just to save her out of foul trouble, because she is one foul away from joining Fink. And now Lloyd is able to kick it off to Young. The sub just came in. Harris has still had a heck of a game here this afternoon. Lloyd now has it by the bench here, really just trying to find a lane to go, creating some space. Can't get the shot off in time because of the lockdown deep by Burrow. Kicks it off again now to Smith. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Smith pulls up for two. That's going to be well short of the mark. And the crowd is letting them hear it here in the Macomb Fieldhouse. El Husseini now taking it back the other way. 54-47 here. Burrow trying to bleed as much clock as possible. 1 minute and some change left before going to the fourth. That's going to be a great pass to El Husseini to keep this play alive. No good basket for there. We'll get a foul called in favor of California. Will remain on the floor, though, so it will not make a direct impact to the scoreboard. And Sierra Lloyd's going to lead the charge back the other way. About 1.5 minutes left here. Harris sets the screen for Lloyd. Lloyd almost loses it, but she's able to get it up and gets two. And now Burrow's wasting no time going back the other way. Kicking it off for three. Can they get it to go? Off the rim. Or able to get the rebound. Try it again for three. Why the heck not? Can't get the second one, and now Young is going to come down with the board.
I don't know why Edinboro is taking those shots. That is not their strong suit.
Oh, and that one almost went into the head of our Schmiskett down there taking photos. Good to see no one got hurt there. I think that thing propped open a door with the amount of speed it was coming out of.
Yeah, I just looked over at him. He might need a new pair of jorts after that. Look into who is left with a little bit of fear in his eyes.
That would have been good if it hit him, but we would not let him hear the end of it.
It would have been a long road trip back to California.
Thank God no one got hurt, so we're going to get things back under the way. The give and go to Gilliard right off the bat.
Backdoor pass. How did they not have her covered?
What a great awareness from Sierra Lloyd on the inbounds there. Now within one possession of the Scots.
Shooter spotting up on the far side.
El Husseini now trying to create some space. Harris on the defensive end, able to kick it out. Still not much space left here for the Scots. Wide open in the paint, and they're going to get the basket and the and one.
Honestly, I thought they might have called the charge on that one. I think that one could have gone either way.
It should be Boggs going to the line for the and one. And that will be Jordan Smith called with the foul. That will only be her second foul of the game, so still not in much foul trouble as much of her teammates are. And she's able to convert to add one more is Boggs. Lloyd now taking it back the other way. 34 left in the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. So they do have to get a shot off here, and Sierra Lloyd wastes no time at it. Can't get convert on the three. Borelli now with the board. Going back the other way is Boggs. Gives it off to El Husseini. Shot clock turned off now as Burrow probably going to try and attempt to get one shot off here late. El Husseini tripped up there, and it will go back to be Vulcan's ball. Foul called against her. And it will be a foul against Borelli for the Scots.
For some reason, my laptop is possessed right now, playing music.
I was wondering where that music came from.
I was like, where is that coming from?
It was like kind of getting the vibe going as Lloyd's shot is no good off the mark. Foul will be called in her favor. And
also, can I point out that our Smiths got the shot as Lloyd was sliding towards him.
That's the professionalism at CUTV as Lloyd's going to go to the line here for two. If I was Nate, I probably would move. So they're going with 5.6 left. They're going to be really fast with this play, so we're going to do our best to keep up. Lloyd's first shot is off the mark, 57-51. Still a close game as we're going to go heading into the fourth here in the next few seconds. Can't convert on either one, and the crowd's really happy about this. Trying to get it here. Smith's going to pull. Can't she get the buzzer beater off the mark there? What a shot that would have been.
If she got that, I think this place would have probably gone on dead silent.
You could hear a pin drop if she was able to get that one going. So it will be a timeout here as we're going to take a look at Vulcan Village. If you are a CalU student, make sure you check out Vulcan Village, especially upperclassmen. Really great setup. You get your own dorm. There's a swimming pool. There's grills somewhere, I've been told. Beach volleyball.
I was going to say sand volleyball, saltwater pool. You got a gym facility up there.
The Vulcan convenience store 24/7. Check it out.
The laundry area, a full furnished apartment.
You get a laundry area. That's huge.
Private bathroom, private room to yourself. And you might get a chance to party with Tom. So
you don't have to pay for your laundry anymore, and you can leave it as long as you want.
Yeah, but if you're interested, schedule a visit in person or virtual through Vulcan Village. Check them out online now. Well, we also have a second. We also for station identification on 91.9 FM, your home for the Vulcan Sports Radio Network. I almost forgot about that as we are live on the radio today.
Oh, we are on WCAL.
Yes, we
are.
How
about it?
Almost forgot to mention that, so figured to give the station ID when we have a moment.
And we are going to get back underway here in the fourth quarter. Big game right now, really big couple of 10 minutes here. And it will be Vulcan basketball to start us off. 57-51 in favor of the Fighting Scots. This crowd really trying to rile Edinboro to maintain this lead. Lloyd fighting for it at the E. Harris comes in and sets a screen. Lloyd trying to weigh her options, kicks it out to Harrington. Harrington has 4 fouls on her, so she really needs to watch out. Harrington with a pull-up jumper. That's going to miss. And now it's going to go back the other way. Boggs wasting no time on a semi-breakaway. Lloyd comes in, breaks it up, but does draw the foul.
Yeah, Lloyd not too happy about that one. And I got ball, but they're not going to hear it.
Not much she could do on that because otherwise Boggs was almost guaranteed the shot. Will be Sarah Lloyd's 3rd foul. Boggs is able to convert. Build on to this Fighting Scots lead now. Currently 58-51, and she gets her second one. Lloyd taking it back the other way here. California really needs to come out like they did in the opening 2 to 3 minutes. You're young in the game here because most people are in foul trouble. Harrington for 3. Harrington drains it.
That was big there. The Vulcans needed that.
Sims to lead the charge back the other direction. What a tight game this has turned out to be. A chippy game nonetheless. Threading the needle on the bounce pass. And that ball is going to go out of bounds, but remain possession for the Fighting Scots.
Good defense from the Vulcans to start here.
Sims to inbound it. California really needs to lock them down here. Sims with the old rainbow pass. Sierra Lloyd almost gets a hand on it, stolen away. Extra pass now to Boggs. Sierra Lloyd gets in there. No good shot, but once again another foul on Lloyd. And that will be her 4th foul now of Sierra Lloyd. So she needs to watch out. Multiple fouls on the floor right now, are currently sitting at 4. First foul shot is good for Burrow. And second shot here are able to convert as well. 61-54, 9:02 left. It's going to be a 3-point foul shot attempt. Third and final shot, and she gets all 3 of them. What a clinic from Boggs. And now Lloyd going to lead the charge back the other way. Dumps it out to Smith. Now to Harris, currently leading the Vulcans with 18 points. Lloyd now in the corner once again. They're going to reset to Harris. Can she get another one? Doesn't have the shot, kicks it out to Lloyd. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Ben's trying to tell them. Lloyd with the pull-up jumper. Off the mark, Sims to rebound. Sims wasting no time going back the other way, and she's going to wait for her team to come behind her. Really trying to bleed as much time off the clock as possible. Maintain that Burrow lead. Sims pulls up jumper. No good there. Now Smith leading the charge back the other way. Bounce pass to Lloyd. And 2 more for Sierra Lloyd. Elusani now taking it back the other way for Burrow. 62-56. Vulcan's still very much alive.
Shooter spotting up on the wing.
Borelli has it, give and go back to Elusani, pulls up just short of the 3 money line. No good there. Sims grabbed it, got fouled by Harris.
Harris not too happy about that call.
That will be only Harris's 2nd foul of the game. So it will remain on the floor. It's going to be Jarrett to inbounds. This one here gives it to Elusani, screen set by Borelli. The heave over to Boggs for 3, nothing but net.
Vulcans are going to have to tighten up a little bit on defense and try to prevent those shots.
Now going back the other way, Smith has control of the offense. Now to Lloyd. Lloyd to Harris to Harrington for 3. Can't match it. Borelli with the board. And now that's going to be Elusani with the extra pass here. What a spin move that was. What a basketball play we just witnessed. That's going to be Maria Solomon with what a terrific effort. Might be one of my best plays I've seen this season. Now Young tries to create some space. No good basket, and that foul will go in favor of Burrow, and this place is electric. So that will be a foul on Alicia Young. And that will be a timeout now.
And the Vulcans need to come up with a new strategy here. They need to come up with something in this one. And while we got a second here, this one officially in the books. Gannon 77, IUP 61. And this one, and it's going to come down to the wire here. 1 possession game with less than a minute to go. Oh, Seton Hill 61, Slippery Rock 59.
That's going to be a big game. Slippery Rock has really gotten hot in this late half of the season.
And this one,
almost all she wrote there.
Almost to the 5-minute mark to go. 82-52, who the scorer as UPJ leads that one.
So UPJ versus Clarion looks like it's all Pitt Johnstown there. Clarion just really has been struggling this season. And we will come back here following the timeout. 67-56, 6:57 left in this game. Big potential for PSAC-WEST standings. Edinboro has been really hot as of late. Have a bit of a tough schedule, and they will get the ball here. Burrow set to inbounds it. It'll be Soman leading the charge back the other direction for Burrow. Now to Bog. Give and go to El Husseini. Extra pass off the iron, but will get the foul. Waiting for the official call because multiple Vulcans are in foul trouble. So that will be Alicia Harris's third foul. Suman at the line for 2 shots here. First one is off the mark. Just to give you an update, Sierra Lloyd and Hallie Harrington are both at 4 fouls, so keep an eye out for that.
Oh
my goodness.
She just put it in her own basket.
Oh my goodness. I don't know.
She just put it in her own basket.
Did that count?
Yes.
It counted. I am speechless. I am dumbfounded. I have never seen that before in my life. Harris, sorry, that was going to be Harris with the shot there. We're both just hands on her head up here.
Like, I've heard of having a crowd old and another being rattled, but that.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Even our cameraman, like everyone up here is just speechless. Our director is just about to walk away.
I was going to say, flabbergasted would be the word for that one.
Befuddled? That's a great word.
You already used dumbfounded.
Yeah, bewilderment. My high school vocab is coming out here.
I know. Oh, that's the English major is using.
Oh my goodness! What a game this has ended up being. It has it all, really.
Astonished it would be a good one.
So as we mentally process what we just witnessed, Alicia Harris is still at the line following a Burrow foul here. Alicia Harris with her second attempt. Really needs to get this to go, and she gets it.
Trying to stop some of the bleeding here.
They still have time. There are 6 minutes and some change left, 69-57, but they really need to get on a bit of a roll on both sides of the court. Sims has it now. She's going to pull up just shy of the 3 line. No good. Harris with the board. Lloyd to take it back the other way now. Long pass to Smith. Smith wide open for 3. That will be a good shot. Waiting to see if that's going to be a 2 or 3 pointer.
That's going to be a 2-pointer. Her foot was on the line, so that's going to cut it down to a 10-point game.
Still better than nothing here in Edinboro. El Husseini taking charge back the other way. Jordan Smith really putting the pressure on here. Give and go to Sims now. Sims wanted the shot. She's going to miscue right in the hands of Lloyd. Oh, and that's going to be Young who gets a little tripped up with it. Throws it off to Harrington. Harrington wide open for 3. Nothing but net. 69-62 now. What a way to trim this lead.
Oh, boy. Here we go again. My heart can't take these games.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know. I'm sorry. El Husseini trying to create some space of her own right. Off the mark. No foul called. Harris with the board. Lloyd taking it back the other direction. Lloyd now really trying to push the pressure. Smith wide open for 3. Borelli now taking it back. Was able to get the board. Hands it to El Husseini. Sims now in the corner. Sims has a lane. Tries to kick it off now for 3. Nothing but net. That'll be Ashton Boggs once again. 72-62. Another 10-point lead for the Fighting Scots. Harris comes in there, tries to set the screen for Lloyd. Kicks it out to Young. Young loses control of it for a second. Tries to drive it in her own. Off the mark. Fight for it. Gonna go stay in somehow. Harris to get it and the old get up and go.
Hey, easy bucket. It'll take points any way you can right now.
I think everyone was just not trying to touch it because they thought they was going out. but Harris was smart enough to realize that it stayed in and convert. And now that's going to be Smith who gets a hand on it from El Husseini. So she is going to kick it out to Lloyd. Lloyd wanted the 3-10. Now she's going to go into the paint. Lloyd too strong off the mark. Sims with the board, hands it off to El Husseini. 72-64 now. Now Boggs has it.
Edinboro's going to have to watch what the backdoor pass it is, because that's what caused a turnover, and we're going to get a timeout, Edinboro.
Good timeout from Coach Wheeler on the Fighting Scots side. And another line I've been trying to say all game, great Scott, what a game we have for you guys.
I was waiting for it.
I've been wanting to say it for volleyball for so long.
Well, we talk about the upcoming schedule here for California. As we know, they'll be back home on Wednesday to take on Gannett, or on Monday to take on Slippery Rock, Wednesday to take on Gannon, and then go on the road to take on Mercyhurst before coming back to the Convocation Center there for Seton Hill. And then our final road trip of the year will be going to UPJ and taking on the Mountain Cats before coming back for Senior Day against the arch rival, Crimson Hawks of IUP. And I'm looking at this schedule here for Edinboro, and it does not get any easier. As after today, they'll take on Seton Hill as they have to travel to Greensburg, or a game against Slippery Rock at home. And then a 2-game road trip as they take on IUP, Pitt, Johnstown, come back home to round out the season with Gannon and Clarion, and that's going to be a tough road.
Really, there's no easy schedules right now in the PSAC-WEST. Just such a clustered division. Every team's so equally matched. So it will be very interesting. Not too much left of the season. Be Vulcans ball as both teams get ready to take the court. So anyway, it will be a very interesting season here. Sorry, it will be Borough ball, because that's going to be Jarrett to inbounds it here for the Scots. Bounce pass to El Husseini and try and bleed some time off the clock. Not too much left in this game. 3:43, 72-64 might be Scots bringing home the W here, but not to write out the California Vulcans. We've seen them rally in late in the pass. 1 second on the shot clock, able to get the board to keep this drive alive.
I give the Vulcans points for keeping them down to the last second, but can't let those second and third tries happen.
And that's going to be Harris who's able to prevent them from getting the board once again. Now Lloyd to bring it back the other way. Really need to push the pressure here. Lloyd doesn't have much space. Kicks it out to Smith. Smith debated the shot. Decides to take it in the paint here. Really using her size. That's going to go off the rim. And that's going to be Edinboro with the rebound. And now Edinboro is going to slow it down. Edinboro by their bench here, kicks it out to the outside once again. El Husseini trying to find the open man, makes the miss. Easy layup for Borough.
Not what you wanted to have happen, and especially with only 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes to go here in regulation time.
California now down by 10. Lloyd kicks it out to Harrington. Harrington trying to find some space. Harrington throws it up, gets the basket. Should be an and one, bringing some sign to life for the Vulcans. So will be a foul on Mercy Jarrett for Borough. Harrington at the line for the and one here. And nothing but net for Hallie Harrington. And now a timeout called for California. 74-67 here, 2:33 left in the game. We're going to take a look at the schedule once again. Make sure you join us. We're going to go back home for a bit, take a rest. We've been the Road Warriors for the past couple of weeks, and then we'll be back on the road against Hearst following the games against Slippery Rock and Gannon. 2 big games in terms of PSAC-WEST. And then we got the Seton Hill Griffins back in the Convocation Center and the UPJ Mountain Cats on the road once again. After that, we got Senior Day against IUP at home. Great way to round out the season for the seniors, hopefully with a win. Get some revenge after going to the KCAC and not having things pan out as we pleased. Burrow to set to inbounds this following the Coach Strom's timeout.
Looks like Cal's going to go that full court man-to-man press.
Harrington goes down hard, no foul called. Sims gets the basket off. I want to say Harrington was looking for a charging foul, won't get it. Ball went out.
That was going to, I believe that went off of Boggs. No, it's going to go off of Jeanette.
Now Lloyd to go back the other way. 2 minutes and some change left. Really need to get out of this hole. Harris tried to get in the screen there. Foul called. Waiting on the call could be detrimental to the Vulcans. Harrington's midcourt tying her shoe. So we'll be against the Edinboro Fighting Scots, sending Sierra Lloyd to the line. Sierra Lloyd really needs to get both these shots to go in the net here to really take control back a bit from Burrow. Some subs coming in. Sorry, no, not subs. They're going to move some pressure back in the back end of the court here. 67-66. The first shot is good for Sierra Lloyd. Second attempt now for Lloyd. Fans really trying to rally the Scots, and she gets the second one to go as well. Now 76-69, still a bit of a hole. Really playing that full court press now. Jarrett has it, waiting for a team. Hands it off to El Husseini once again. We're gonna be at the 2-minute mark now, so 2-minute drill here in the Macomb Fieldhouse. Sims has it now at the key, trying to find a lane, pulls up. And she gets another one. Young now gives it off to Lloyd. Lloyd going back the other direction. Really not much time left as they are down by 9. Lloyd can't get the shot to go, but will get a foul call. And the fans are expressing their displeasure. So we'll go against Burrow, sending Lloyd back to the line here. Really errors Burrow just needs to get away from at this point, giving Vulcan potentially free points here. Still a commanding lead for Burrow. The first one's gonna miss for Sierra Lloyd. 78-69, 1:39 left. Lloyd with her second attempt. Nothing but net on the second try. Now within 8. California really needs to make a defensive stop quickly here and do it again, as El Husseini knows smart enough to not go quickly. Going to bleed time off the clock here. Fans are already cheering. El Husseini goes into the net. Another 2-point. She goes in almost unblocked. Vulcan's really trying to prevent any fouls from occurring here. Harris comes and set the screen. They're going to call a foul. Not certain who it's going to be on.
This one's going to go against Burrow, and that's going to send.
So it will go against Edinboro, sending, get this, Sierra Lloyd back to the line. California's pretty much been running the same play every single time, sending Lloyd up to the key, putting Alicia Harris behind on the screen. First shot off the mark for Lloyd. Another error you don't want to be seeing if you're a Vulcans fan. Easy points as once again California's down by 10. Second attempt here for Sierra Lloyd, gets the second one. So anyway, they've been playing almost the same play. Put Lloyd at the top of the key, give Harris there for the screen, but 90% of the time it's controlling foul. El Husseini has it. Burrow fans are still clapping like they're bringing the W, but I don't know what more California can do in a 9-point hole. 1 minute left in regulation. El Husseini pulls up, can't get it to drop. Young taking it back the other way. Game's not over till it's over. In the famous words of Yogi Berra, Hallie Harrington for 3. Off the mark. Sims will save it from going out. Sims and Harrington collide hard. Looks like it will be potentially Harrington's 5th foul. Yes, it will be. So Harrington will be out of the game. So 38.1 seconds, down by 9. Harrington just fouled out. Fink's already in the locker room. I don't know what more signs of hope there is for the Vulcans fans. Sims to go to the foul line following the Harrington foul. Gilead's going to come into the game now. Still 2 foul shots here for Haley Sims. Chance to bring this lead now into double digits. First one's off the mark. Second attempt here for Sims. She converts. 10-point lead once again for Borough. And it will be a timeout called by Coach John of California.
This stat here, Addie, I'm looking at it now. From the free throw line, Cal, 10 of 19. Edinboro, 24 of 28.
Oh my God.
It's
just been Edinboro.
You can't get into foul trouble like that and expect to win. And that's the reason Burrow's going to walk out of here with this one. Is all those free throw lines today.
It's been foul trouble very, very early in the game. I mean, as a Vulcan fan, I got really excited in the first 2 minutes. I was like, we're coming out, we're swinging, we're playing Vulcan basketball.
That's when I said, hey, you have to come out. If you want to make a statement, you got to come out and punch your opponent right in the mouth. And that's what it looked like the Vulcans were going to do, and just didn't defend or the secondary shot that Edinboro gave them.
I'm not certain if the game plan changed, because I know usually Vulcans like to be sharpshooters. They kind of pull up from mid to long range, but really their key in this game had been their layup game, and I don't know if they tried to switch it and go back to the sharpshooting like they're known for, or exactly what happened there. But anyway, it ain't over till it's over. 81-71 here. Lloyd now from a charity stripe gets 2 more. And now a timeout again called by Borough. So they're going to go back to the huddle here. Some subs coming in also now as Burrow's calling the timeout. So it's 81-73, 32.7 seconds left.
So we do have a final score now on that one. And Seton Hill holds on to beat Slippery Rock. 63-61 final on that one. And UPJ 99.
Just shy of the hundo mark.
Just 1 point shy of that hundo mark.
This game is almost in the history books here at 32 seconds. Expecting a lot of fouls here late in this game, because this game has almost been nothing but fouls. Double team coverage on El Husseini, able to get it out. They're playing hot potato by the E, really just trying to kill clock here. Foul called. That should go against Young. That will be your third. Sims will now go to the line. Sorry, that will be Jarrett to the line. Jarrett for 2. Chance to take them back into a 10-point lead. First one is good. Second shot here for Jarrett. Converts on both. Now another timeout called on the court. Looks like it'll be a California timeout. And fans are not happy with that. 22.9 seconds. 10-point lead once again for the not Seton Hill. We're talking about Seton Hill. For the Edinboro Fighting Scots. I was about to say Griffins. Make sure you stay tuned for the men's game that will be coming up. Obviously, doubleheader action here on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and WCAL 91.9 FM WCAL, California, Pennsylvania. The Vulcans ball, they choose to move it up now by their bench to Lloyd, now double teamed wide open. Gilliard throws it up there, short. Harris is there to throw it up again for 2. And now Burrow's going to call a timeout. So 16.1. Johnny, how you doing here?
I'm hanging in there.
It is 83-75 following the layup from Alicia Harris. And we will be back here in the Macomb Fieldhouse shortly.
Yeah, looking at this one, looks like Gannett and it's going to have a hold of that top spot now. But Cal taking the loss here. The tie will be net. Cal will be top.
UPJ is on the bye, if my mind is correct, or at least they're one game behind us.
The Cal have the tiebreaker for third correction, and
UPJ is definitely one game behind us in terms of PSAC-WEST standing. So just keep an eye on that. So if you ever get confused as to why their record is slightly different, and that will stop the clock once again. 12.0 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, foul again. It's Edinboro. Oh, and I believe that's going to and Dilliard to the line.
It is 2:54 on Saturday afternoon here in Penn West, Edinboro. First time I've been to Edinboro. You know what? I think it's a pretty lovely campus.
Yeah, other than the
snow.
other than the snow and the cold air, I could go without.
It's going to be Gilliard who converts on the first shot. It is cold outside, folks. Don't go outside. Gilliard with her second attempt here. Converts on both. 83-77, 12.0 seconds. They're going to call a travel there on Burrow. I'm not really certain where they were heading with that one.
I don't either, but things are about to get interesting in the last 10 seconds here.
Jarrett almost looked like she was going to score on her own hoop. I don't fully know what that was. Now Lloyd's going to pull up for two. No good shot there, and 2.0 on the clock. They're going to run things down here, and that's going to be all she wrote here in the first game of the Macomb Fieldhouse as these Fighting Scots receive a standing ovation from their home crowd. So that's going to really shake up the PSAC-WEST standings here. And make sure you stay tuned for the men's game. It'll be coming up in about 20 to 30 minutes. You're watching CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and listening to it on WCAL.